Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. It's right, like as of right now, ASL is back. It is up. You can go start checking it out. And I thought to myself, what can we do to kind of keep the regular daily casts interesting? I thought, you know what? Let's do some players that are not in ASL, and let's. I have a few other ideas that you'll see in the coming days and weeks. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Of course, there will still be some games of just the standard, like, oh, Royal versus Bisu, something like that. That's just completely normal, and definitely that'll still occur. But I do have some other ideas, and one of which was, you know what, let's see what FlaSh's play is looking like. And you know what? We're even going to have, tomorrow, toggles. So, here today, we are taking a look at FlaSh going up against Tyson. Neither of these guys were able to make it into ASL. Well, it's not that FlaSh wasn't able to. He did not try out. Tyson did try out, didn't quite make it. He had a relatively deep run, I would say, in the qualifier. I can't remember who he lost to. I think it was a PVZ, if I'm remembering correctly. But, that's just the way it is sometimes. You're not going to make it in every season. I think Tyson is actually quite a strong player. But we're here on Dominator. And, I think Dominator is a very interesting map for Terran versus Protoss. And I'm obviously excited, as always, to see how FlaSh wants to play it. FlaSh is still probably the best player. Maybe Sulky's a little bit better right now, but you can go on and find matches that they've played against each other, and FlaSh seems to go at least even against him. From the ones that I've seen. I've definitely seen him lose. I've definitely seen him win. I don't know exactly what their win-loss record is at this exact moment, but FlaSh has been trying a lot of new stuff, and when he does decide to come back to ASL, I think it's gonna be a hard thing to beat him, hard thing to take him down. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about Dominator as a map in TVP. So there is the potential for Protoss to put on early pressure with Zealots and things because they do have the high ground here, but it's not that scary for Terran. Once upon a time, these reverse ramps were incredibly scary, but nowadays, Terrans just make enough Marines that they don't die. That's like, how many Marines should I make, Artosis? You should make enough that you don't die. That's exactly how many you should make, and not a single one more. So, like, basically, if they make a Zealot, it's like, okay, well, you're going to need more than 3. If they don't make a Zealot, okay, 3 is fine. If they're making multiple Zealots, just make Marines non-stop until you have a bunker up. That type of thing. So, it's not as scary as it used to be. And FlaSh should make just plenty here to keep himself safe. In the meantime, Tyson does have a range on the way. He might cancel that out because the probe is going up right now. Yeah, he cancels that out and will put down his Nexus just a little bit faster. Dragoon pops out. Yeah, I was going to say, that's weird if he doesn't chase the SCV. There's no sense for him to just run across the map with one Dragoon. It's not going to do anything. So he will chase FlaSh's SCV. FlaSh will try to get out of here as best he can. And, ooh, Tyson might be able to secure a kill here. Oh, it doesn't quite get it with that Dragoon. But yeah, the SCV will not end up making it out. In the meantime, 2 Marines did push back this probe a little bit. No biggie. As 3 Marines and a Vulture. We'll see if FlaSh ends up making a bunker or not. Sometimes on this map, you can just kind of stand on high ground and zone out the goons. But if they do bring 2 up and, like, attempt to get up here, the 3 Marines will fall. So he'll probably make a siege tank immediately is my best guess. Because if you're going to skip bunker, it's kind of like, yeah, you should make a siege tank here. So the Vulture running around to get a little bit of scouting intel. Not really counting on getting damage, but at least you can double check Nexus timing, see what's down here. Single Dragoon will push back, sees the second one come as well, so he knows that these 3 Marines are safe as of now. There is a robotics facility on the way, but FlaSh has not been able to scout that as of yet. There is that tank production, as well as the mines coming up. And, so a triple gate opener here. So what Tyson is doing, this is pretty solid right now. Like, this was thrown away for a long time, but I've seen it rising once again. Some players have just continued to do 3-gate obs. But 3-gate obs, like, basically, if they overdo the mines and underdo getting, or are too slow getting siege mode, sometimes you can go across the map and get some serious damage with it. And, of course, it stomps any 2-fact pressure. Now this here, this does look like pressure, but this is a poke. This isn't real pressure. Like, this is a slower second factory. It's not really dedicated attack. He's bringing up the Marines and tank because he might be able to get some damage on a Dragoon, maybe even kill one, and it will push the Dragoons back so that he's able to get a little bit of better mine coverage if the Dragoons are up here trying to zone out mines. So you can see some mines being laid. He did not even go all the way onto the high ground, which is probably the right choice when you think about it. This Dragoon pushing the vultures back, this would have been exactly the type of situation where you want these units. So maybe that's something you should have checked a little bit faster before running away with those. So there's 3 mines here. So what he just did with the 3 mines, and he does end up losing vulture, is he guaranteed this kill. There is no way this Dragoon is getting away. I actually didn't even think of that, but that is exactly what that was. And yeah, it might be better to just run into the mines. Well, he just goes ahead and loses it there. FlaSh should be able to get home with this, I would say. But Tyson is out. So, you know, this is a pretty tight little timing here. And in fact, Tyson is going to be able to stop the siege tank from getting home. So that's a little bit annoying. Not sure if we actually have siege mode. Yeah, I wasn't paying very close attention. Normally siege mode, you're going to want to start by about 6 minutes. And that will basically make you safe against things like this. You just have to stall very momentarily. But he is missing all of his Marines that he had made and one of the siege tanks. So Tyson pushing forward there, trying to get a bit of damage. In the meantime, counter push comes up, but it is 3 Dragoons, so not too likely that he'll get a lot of damage there. SCV's having to fight. He is losing a few SCVs here and there, but it does look like he should be able to push this back. In the meantime, this 1 Dragoon will end up holding tight. And overall, the damage here has been very good for Tyson. It's been very good. And I'm not too surprised. Like, Tyson is really good at PvT. He prevented JYJ from qualifying last season by beating him in a straight-up macro game. And he actually had Light dead in the last ASL main season. Like, he had him dead, and Light found the only way to victory. In that particular game, if you guys remember on Eclipse, it was an insane game with insane reactions that Jinjin translated about how, oh my god, this is like 0% to win, and Light won it. Like, Tyson just barely didn't scout what was going on. Either way, that was really, really good damage. FlaSh was ahead on SCVs, and now he's down by 9. That's dominating for Protoss. You cannot have the Protoss have a 9 worker advantage. That is just completely terrible. It's actually stressing me out a little bit. I'm like, what? This is not the way the FlaSh games are supposed to look. But it does happen sometimes. Now, speed for the shuttle on the way. Reaver and Dragoon headed up towards FlaSh's base. We'll see what type of damage Tyson can get, if any. If you look at this turret placement, oh, he's trying to detonate it there, but did not quite work. There's no turret up here, so there is some potential for damage up there. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and start a missile turret now. You do not want that wide open of an area. All right, Siege is 1 tank. It's going to fly in. He does have this observer, so he knows at least there's no mines here, but none of this looks like good areas for damage. He's not 100% trapped. Like, he can definitely get out. Okay, he waits for speed, and he might just fly out over a turret, but he can fly out through this way the best. Like, oftentimes there's not a turret in this general area because of the bunker. Now, he actually gets a very good scarab there. 3 SCVs, 4 SCVs killed already. Oh my god, 3 more. 7 SCVs? Oh my god, 11 SCVs killed. FlaSh is very close to dead right now. He is very close to dead. 28 workers against 50. Absolutely brutal. Tries to drop that out one more time. Not going to end up working. Yeah, this is pretty much game. If Tyson just goes up to 8 gates, it's 100% victory, I would say. There's no way. There's no way when you're up 20 SC. Like, if you're up 20 probes and factories 3 and 4 are just now being added, worst case scenario. Hard to think of anything worse than that. He's going to try to push out. Not a big surprise. You know, the Reaver was just lost with the shuttle and the Dragoon. So it's like, well, and you just started mining this? Okay, like, this is this is probably the most likely time you can do the damage. And the damage, yeah, it looks like he's going to go after this third base. So it's definitely a smart move here from FlaSh. The Dragoons on the high ground, yeah, even picking even one tank here. He could lose all these Dragoons and have gotten only that one tank, and I think he's still completely fine. So up the ramp, FlaSh goes. He's going to lay a few mines here and there. The Goliaths are here mostly for tanking. We're going to see now. The Dragoon gets just pushed up through the mines. This is so efficient from FlaSh. It's actually insane. What? This is so much about the positional play. Now, 3 DTs are on the way, so it's kind of funny to see that he's making 3 DTs right now. There is no comsat, so the DTs will 100% clean this up, but he's going to end up losing the Nexus. It almost looks like it says 9 because of the DT sword. Yeah, now Reaver's coming in double here. Gonna pick off that siege tank right away. Gonna start clearing some of these vultures. Ooh. Okay, ends up losing that Reaver. You know, the damage he did there was pretty substantial, but his SCV count has barely risen in this time. Legs on the way. The DTs are out and kind of walking around. The DTs don't really need to do anything. Like, I actually like situations like this where the DTs just sit and wait for a move out. Like, you know how far behind your opponent is. They don't really want to make Academy. He is making it finally. This is a super, super late Academy. But he's just trying to do his best to, like, not spend money on that and should produce as many SCVs as possible. Now, walks in, going to drag some mines there. Oh, my God. Siege tanks just being blown up like crazy. Very few units left over for FlaSh. A DT did walk through. It looks like he walked through the mines while we were watching that battle. But the DT did walk through and will get destroyed right there. I think FlaSh is still basically just dead. He's not down nearly as many workers as he was before, so it's been like kind of an astounding comeback in a way. But yeah, this is too many Dragoons. You might be able to actually just walk in and kill everything. Okay, sacrifices that Dragoon to make sure the mine goes out, targeting down what he can. And, well, I mean, that's... The battles that FlaSh is taking here are unreal. The fact that he is blowing up like every Dragoon there with 3 units is just something no one else can do. It is wild to see. FlaSh is really the best at all things, but you know, we're up to, well, soon to be 4 Nexuses here for Tyson. And again, if he just macros heavily, it's hard to imagine FlaSh ever being able to do anything from there. Now, a few more siege tanks coming out with some vultures. FlaSh trying to hang on, trying to maintain some sort of position. Reaver drops down the main base. Almost doesn't even matter if he gets damage with these Reavers now. Just kind of flying around and seeing what's going on. Feels to me like it's enough. Drops out that one Reaver. Oh! Gets 4 more workers. Obviously, again, cost efficiency for FlaSh, but when your opponent is mining this much more, when you're down 40 supply, everything is going to look good for the Protoss player. And FlaSh will just GG. Okay, well, that was not what I was expecting when I saw that FlaSh played Tyson. Good play there by Tyson. You know, it's quite obvious that the Reaver drop is what really ruined FlaSh. The position before that was pretty good. These units walked away a little bit quick. If he had actually checked up here first, he wouldn't have lost these units, and the further defenses would have been better. You know, these one-tank pokes can be good, but that was a super, super fast observer, so well done by Tyson and getting the SCVs up here, followed by the Reaver coming in. You know, when FlaSh lost all that mining time in those SCVs, he was less likely to build enough turrets, and then the Reaver came in and compounded things, so well done by Tyson. Very well done. Not FlaSh's greatest game, but actually, like, the potential comeback that he was going for down in this area was magnificent. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this FlaSh game. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.